Inside of this video, we're going to be going over how to get the Great Pumpkin Seed inside of Grow a Garden Roblox. So first, if you guys are new to the channel, please hit that like button, subscribe, and of course turn on those notifications that we guys do not miss a single upload of the channel or a single update inside of Grow a Garden Roblox. So without further ado, let's get straight into this. So you got to keep in mind, guys, that this new seed is actually a limited time seed. All right, that means once this update is gone, guys, the seed will also be gone. All right, it is the new Transcendent. It is the rarest seed in the game right now, guys. Well, ones that you can still get, I mean. Also, you must keep in mind that this seed costs 100 billion shekels, guys. That's everything that I have. All right, that's pretty much all that I got right now. So if you want to buy it from the shop, it's gonna be 100 billion shekels, guys. All right, and it also has a 1 in 888 chance to actually have this appear inside of the shop, guys. So what that actually means is basically you're gonna have to wait 888 shops to actually get this bad boy. So that means on average this thing will come inside of the shop, guys, all right, every 370 hours, or well, about 15 days. That's just the average. All right, on average it'll be 15 days before this thing actually comes out. That doesn't mean that it can't happen twice in a row. All right, very unlikely, but that's just the statistics, you know. So of course that is the first way to actually get it. All right, simply waiting inside of the shop, all right, and trying to get it that way. You guys can set up an auto clicker. Again, it probably won't do you any good because again, it's very rare. Another thing that this thing does is every 5 minutes it mutates a plant with ghostly. You guys can also go here and press restock. All right, this will actually, you know, allow you to restock it for 79 Robux. Personally, I wouldn't recommend doing that. If you guys do have the Robux, I'd simply just purchase it here, but again, this is very expensive still. I know what you guys are thinking. All right, you know, you guys could get this seed from the Red Fox. Actually, no. You guys cannot actually get this from the Red Fox, all right, anymore because of the fact that it is limited, all right. Everything else that you actually see here, guys, all right, is actually, you can get it from the Red Fox because it's inside of the seed shop. However, for some reason, they made it so you can't actually get the Great Pumpkin here, guys, all right. I know I'm upset about it, but I mean, I don't even have the Red Fox, so that doesn't even matter. For those of you who don't know, the Red Fox is actually a pet inside of the game where it'll actually go over to another person's plot and steal one of their fruits, guys, all right, and give it back to the player who owns the pets, guys. But you can't do this with the Great Pumpkin, unfortunately, guys, because again, it is limited. So you guys could go and set up shop, all right, and try to either set up Discord notifications or do one of those YouTube live streams to actually just get notified when this thing does get restocked. However, you are going to need about 100 billion shekels, guys. So if you don't have the money, all right, there's no point in trying to get it that way. All right, let's go over yet another way how you guys can actually get this. If you guys go over here to the pet eggs, all right, and you actually find yourself this egg right here, the common egg, okay, then you'll actually be able to get the golden lab and or the dog, but you want the golden lab. So what the golden lab actually does is every 60 seconds it has a 10% chance that it'll actually dig up a random seed from the shop, guys. All right, this is actually good because you can get any seed inside of here, including the Great Pumpkin, guys. This is probably the easiest and the best way to actually do it. Also, not to mention the cheapest way to do it, guys. All right, you don't have to spend 100 billion. All right, you only need to spend 30,000. However, it is quite rare. All right, it is very possible that you can have your entire plot full of these golden labs and none of them will actually dig up the Great Pumpkin, guys. All right, I didn't say that getting the Great Pumpkin was easy. I'm just saying these are the ways to actually do it. Anyway, that is going to be it for this video. If you guys all did enjoy it, like and subscribe and hit those notifications. All right, and I'll see you guys all later. Peace out, and of course, goodbye.